Hi everyone, welcome to No Man's Sky Chimera. In Chimera, we modify the No Man's Sky engine and see what procedural greatness we can achieve. Guys, this was a bizarre green hell planet. Green hell because it is a inferno, right? It's a very hot planet, but it's green, lush jungle. It's not jungle, it's just green. Lots of green and lots of up vents, like lots of venting fumes. Lots of what do they call that? That heat, the heat rising effect, and it was just really incredible. I wasn't going to record this one at first because I thought I had maybe too many of the extreme foggy bizarro planets, but I don't know. I just wanted to share it with you guys because it was just I felt like it was unique. So I noticed that this world, in addition to having all of this venting and fog and the weird mountains, a little bit of the lattice terrain structures. In addition to that, as you'll see later as we go, it sort of became green plains, and there was kind of green ravines, and it almost felt like a biome change, you know? I mean, I know technically it wasn't technically a biome change. I guess technically that would be a terrain change, but it felt like a biome change because right now we see all of this smoky, mountainous, some of the lattice structures and, kind of, I don't know, just a lot of sort of rugged terrain. But then it transitions to this smoother, open fields and I don't know. There's some ravines, but it just looks different. You'll see. And so yeah, I felt it was worthy for the channel. So I've been trying to do the next few videos. I'm gonna try to get away from, for instance, that's the thing. I love the lattice structures, the snake terrain, and so I tend to leave those settings on, but I know maybe it's getting a bit too prominent on my planets, so I'm gonna do a couple of planets without the lattice settings. I might leave the snake terrain settings plugged in, because sometimes that can create anyway, it's hard to explain, but sometimes the snake terrain actually doesn't make snake terrain. It just kind of it makes that shape, but it's blended with mountains and stuff, and it makes very interesting looking terrain. So anyways, I'm just going to experiment more with that, but I think I'm going to go ahead and unplug the lattice settings because I noticed the past 2 or 3 videos had a lot of lattice terrain, and I don't know. I feel like I don't want to show too many redundant terrain structures in my videos. That defeats the whole purpose. The whole purpose is to push the engine and see what we can come up with. And if I'm showing, even though the planets vary greatly, if I'm showing a lot of similar terrain structure, to me it defeats the purpose. So, long-winded explanation of, the next few planets aren't going to have any lattice structures. So if you love the lattice structure terrain planets, well, then get your fill today. So yeah, but look at this. Look at the vastness of this, and pretty dense forests of these bizarro trees, and they're quite large. And so I think I'm gonna be, I think I'm approaching the mountains. Also were varied enough, and once again we see how the sort of lattice structure creates these wonderful cavitations in the mountains, so it almost makes like caves, but weird caves, but almost makes caves. But so this is sort of a transitional zone that I found, and you'll notice we're sun setting here. The sun is setting, and we're crossing over this sort of a final lattice structure. I forget what direction we were heading on the planet, but as we progress here, you're going to see that the insane terrain structures, particularly the lattice, starts to dissipate and makes way for far more natural rolling sort of hills, some ravines, and just sort of forest. You'll see. I don't know how to explain it really. Just more normal. And the reason I keep repeating it is because you don't really see that. Planets usually, they might have little patches that are different, but they don't transition into completely different terrain. And I noticed with my settings for this planet, with my testing, it did. And so we're sort of going to cross over this last lattice structure here, and you notice things are getting a lot greener. I love all the venting. It's like you just get this impression that the ground is so hot and humid that you get all these vents coming up, and then or venting coming up, and then you see here, then we just get these plains and a lot of trees, and it just felt strange to go from, because so much of the planet is bizarro land terrain, but then an equal part of it is this green, rolling hills, but also ravines and some normal looking mountains. And so I just thought that was pretty neat, because you typically don't see that. See, looking back, you see some of these. Those are more normal looking mountains. And so I don't know. I might sound silly because the way I'm talking about this, but typically you don't see this. And I was looking at my settings trying to see what I did, because it was almost like multi-biome. It was like natural transitions between terrain types that were expansive, and you normally don't get that. And I was like, whoa, what did I do? So I'm still checking to see what I did, because this is very different than the other parts of the planet. And so having that combination, that dynamic to the planet, was unique. And so I'm going to try to replicate that on other worlds and see if I can get not multi-biomes. That's pretty easy to achieve. I mean, they don't, it's not true multi-biomes. It's multi-biome assets, which is unfortunate. I don't think anyone has actually achieved true multi-biomes on planets where, you're in a winter part and then you go to something like this. I don't know. A lot of people say that they want that. I don't even know that I'd want that, because the world's just small enough to where I don't think we need true multi-biomes. But hey, let me know what you think in the comments. I thought that this was a very unique world, very creepy and misty. I like that, though. Thank you so much for stopping by. We'll see you next time.